brand new banger.
Nukkle HeDD Comics Tuesday is fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
No, man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall
Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
That is gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
In a galaxy far, far away, you get a podcast about a group of people doing comic book talks. And then one time, Disney Plus puts on a good show, and we call it Asuka, Atara, Akuna, Matata. You leave the fire alone. Hey, leave it be.
What's going on, everybody?
I was like, do we start doing the Dan Garcia? Like, yeah.
Fuck, what's going on, everybody? It's the fucking Nukkle HeDD Comics. We got Cap in the building. We got Ray in the building.
Yo,
Show was here, but he left because he got scared.
how is he always here before we do the intro?
Word.
And it fucking dips.
Word.
Like, you still got a show. You weren't here when we started.
Man, you're not getting any credit for this.
Nope. He's like that motherfucker that was like, oh, yeah, I'm part of the group project. That is like right at the end. Nah.
He was there when they assigned the teams. But yeah, for everybody that's playing the game at home, like Cap likes to say, it's your boy Toe Tags. We're in the building. But we're here, man. We're gonna talk about some stuff. I know Cap got all the facts. What Ray got all the facts in wrestling, Cap got all the facts in the comics.
Facts.
So we're gonna turn the beat around and give the mic to Cap.
Fact number one. No. Big news today for anybody who's paying attention to this. The writers have reached a tentative agreement with the studios. I think at some point today they were supposed to start the process of finalizing everything. So what's going to happen essentially is the proposal's in. The writers are now going to look over, make sure that what they agreed to is exactly what they wanted. then they will sign the papers, and then everything. Well, not everything's gonna go back to normal, but everything will start getting back into the process of being made. As of right now, the deal that the writers got was pretty beneficial to them.
Okay.
So the producers and the companies actually, from what I've heard, gave a little bit more than they wanted to initially, and we're not going to hear the full extent of what they got until this deal is 100% done, signed, dotted, and all that shit. So that's the details are still to come. But as of right now, if you're a writer and you're not working on a struck project, so if you're doing like late night TV shows or other things that are not that have not been impacted by the strike, they can go back to work. There's an agreement now that while everybody's getting hashed out and all the fine details are getting ironed, they can go back to work. As far as everybody else, we're still waiting on the Actors Guild to come to finish their deal. Once that's done, all the projects go back on. Deadpool goes back. I think Cap 4 is already finished, but anything that has either been started or wanted to be started or whatever can go back to work now.
Okay.
Based on that.
So would they be able to promote now, or still they would have to wait till everything goes into
So
effect?
the actors will, once the actors come back off, once their deal is set, then they can go back and promote.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but right now we're waiting on the actors, which the writers getting the deal they did actually benefits the actors.
Yeah.
Because you can have all the writers in the world. If you ain't got nobody to act in front of your camera,
Yeah.
you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, that's gonna push that a little quicker than this.
Yeah.
But no, this is good news at least. It's something, especially that first part. I'm glad to hear because I have a friend that works on the Colbert Show. So at least that kind of stuff he'll be able to get back to.
He or she can go back to work.
Yeah, so that's awesome to hear. But no, this is good news. This also means for the wrestling side, we just got The Rock, and we're losing him already.
Hey,
John Cena gets to go back to doing shit.
I know you guys, especially Toe, is sad that Matt Riddle has got let go.
Yep.
The silence is definite.
I'm sad that I wasn't there to see it firsthand.
Don't want to be in the room when Dana White was like, "Yeah, we got to fire this guy again."
Yeah, popcorn in hand, steak ready.
What is? It's no longer the Fertitta brothers, right?
Yeah, it's TKO now.
Yep.
Or Endeavor.
No, but I'm saying like the Fertitta brothers, they're no longer running. They haven't been in the UFC for a while, right?
Yeah, they haven't. No.
Yeah, I was about to make an outdated reference. Like Lorenzo was back there, like, hey, who had this dude on the list? We got rid of him once.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true. Fuck off, you cocksucker.
Oh man.
Hey man, listen, I'm not the one that told him to suck.
No.
Whoever gave him that advice had some wrong advice.
So now that everything's back on, what are you guys looking forward to that was in the works?
Deadpool.
Good shit.
Deadpool needs to get back on fucking schedule. Fucking is it the Spider-Man verse movie, the cartoon one needs to get back on fucking schedule so we can get that to come out closer.
Well, I think they already pushed it back.
No, yeah, that's
regardless.
Yeah, but I feel like at least it's not going to be in the 2030 now that we're going to get it.
Yeah.
At least by late 2027, we should be able to get this movie. What else?
Should have got this shit next year.
Well, we're supposed to, but all this fucking said.
Yeah, but they were, I think that's actually better because it's never good if you fast track something like that.
No, definitely, especially how much detail they want to put in anyway. I'm looking forward to see now fucking Seth Rogen actually goes through with all these turtle projects quicker now. Because apparently he has the rights to be able to do a lot more shit.
Yo, everybody's probably like, yo, Let's get everything we want done before this fucking shit happens again.
That man, if we thought we had too much film before,
Yeah,
we're about to get
it was
everything
2008 the last time they went on strike,
well,
I believe. And I know for us, 2008 was like yesterday.
Yeah.
But it was a little far back. But to be happening within that close of a time period,
yeah.
this is like Major League Baseball and the fucking players union. Like, yo, our contract's up. What are we doing here? So one of the interesting things about the story is that initially the producers were like, fuck it, we'll wait them out. We'll wait them out because in October they're nobody's gonna be able to pay rent, nobody's gonna be able to buy food, and they'll be begging to come back. Well, it turns out that the writers called the bluff and was like, no, fuck y'all. You want to wait till October? Fine, your whole fall lineup will be fucking dead in the water. Then what, assholes? And they went, oh shit, we ain't got no TV for the fall? Nah, fuck it. What do you want? What's the deal? What are we making here?
Asuka. There's gonna be fucking Ahsoka on every channel. But
speaking of which, the project I'm looking forward to the most is the Dave Filoni Star Wars movie. The shit that ties all the Disney Plus shows together.
I'm excited for the prequel of the Ninja Turtles movie that explains what happened with those fucking horses. Because Kaz really got me. And I need to watch that movie again because don't watch that movie when you're tired. You miss the parts where what happens, and then you just see horses running around like, oh, there goes the horses. That motherfucker's on a horse.
Yo, I can't wait to watch this movie.
And I see one horse.
And see the scene, the 15-minute scene that explains exactly why they're there.
Shit, they were the one thing they needed.
Or the one scene where you see that there were cops on horseback somewhere in the background. You're like, oh, that's where the fucking horses came from.
It was the horse. But I'm just excited for more. Everybody says there's too much. And as an avid TV watcher, there's no such thing as too much shows. Because you can sit there like, oh, there's too much shit to watch. Yeah, when I'm done with this one, I can go on to the next one. I like to have another show that I could watch. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be on some, all right, I finished this one. Now it's like, shit. Guys.
Here's a question I'm going to pose to you, though, Ben. All right. As an average TV watcher, you want more content to watch. Understandable. You like ice cream, right?
Yeah.
If you were in a room full of every type of ice cream you can fucking think of except chocolate, wouldn't you be in that room going, yo, there's too much fucking ice cream in this bitch? What the fuck are we supposed to do with all this ice cream in here?
No, if I was in a room with ice cream, with every flavor of ice cream except for chocolate, I would not be in that room anymore. I would be like, listen.
But you're trapped in the room, no way to escape.
And you know what? Then I'll shrink down to the molecular level, get out and start saving lives.
So this only proves my point that if you're enjoying the content, then it's not too much. But if you're not enjoying the content, it's too much.
Oh, but everything I say is predicated on people having good shit. Like, I'm not gonna watch garbage shit. See, the way I see it is y'all motherfuckers got your money now. No excuse. Let's make some good shit. So now I want to see the good shit y'all come up with, because if it's bad, guess what? I'ma fucking say it's bad. I'ma She-Hulk the shit out of your motherfuckers, and there ain't nothing you could do about it to save your life.
Well, I'm gonna give you, because I don't like being a hypocrite. I'm gonna give you two things. One
scoop of chocolate ice cream.
The majority of the time, you got to remember, it's still these dumbass producers who are like, hey, do this. And I'll give you, I won't call him a dumbass, but I'll give you this example.
He's stupid as shit. Oh, yeah.
No. George Lucas. There are online. Nick Gilliard, I think, was the stunt coordinator for the prequel trilogy.
Yes.
The guy who came up with the lightsaber duels and all that shit. He actually posted for free. You can watch on his YouTube channel the practice sessions and the deleted scenes, like the fights that the way he wanted it, and you can go watch them compared to what we got.
Yeah, I saw him.
And here, George be like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that." And you're like, "Why? Why would you not?" Sometimes producers put in what they want. It's not the writer. It's not. In this case, he's the producer and the director, but sometimes it's not in the control of the person. And other times, you get a scene like where we're talking about. I talked about it when it first happened in episode 1 of Ahsoka. That's a Jedi ship. The Jedi have been dead for thousands of years now. Bring them on board. What? Or we'll get into it with this episode. Hey, Sabine, how'd you find me? Don't worry about that. Can I just enjoy the fact? What? I'll get into why I have a problem with that when we talk about the episode. But
yeah,
sometimes maybe it is the writer. Sometimes it's not.
No, but all right. So here's the bullshit. Here goes the yoga session. They said, oh well, they said in one of the books that Count Dooku said that a Jedi that has 2 swords can't fight, or Jedi should only have 1 sword to fight with because that's the traditional way, or some bullshit like that. That if he picked up the second lightsaber, he would be a hypocrite. I'm sorry, but if you're supposed to be the best, and then Yoda comes out and start whooping your ass, wouldn't you be like, but I am not left-handed, and you come up with something different to get the upper hand? This ain't about being a hypocrite. Now this is about surviving. Am I wrong? You rather die than live by those fucking rules?
No, you're not wrong, but there are rules to it, just like in a UFC fight, where you're like, yo, why don't this dude just do this in the UFC? If you watch UFC and you're like, yo, this dude's beating him in the stand-up, why don't the fuck he just grab him, take him down? Well, there's no rules against that, but maybe this guy can't.
Yeah.
And it's just an unwritten, we know he can't, so he's not going to try, regardless of how good that would be. But with the Force, there literally is. So the way it works is there's a Force bubble, potentially, that you put around yourself that prevents everybody from just walking up and fucking choking you from halfway across the room. And anytime somebody gets to use the Force on you, they broke the bubble. They broke the barrier for that moment. Like they said,
Ahsoka.
Obi-Wan's weak. So Count Dooku found a way to break it. That's how he threw him in episode 2, which I just watched recently. It's not like I got a photographic memory, but so that's how that shit works. That's why if you watch that fight between Dooku and Yoda, Dooku literally says, well, there's no way we could fight each other with our extensive knowledge of the Force. It's useless. We're going to have to do this with the fucking... It's not verbatim, but he's like, yo, we're going to have to do this hand to hand. And they bring out the sabers.
Yeah, that's because every time he threw the lightning at him, Yoda fucking caught it and threw it back at him.
Yeah, because this... Dude, that's one of the badass things that I've ever seen. Where it's like, oh, y'all didn't know I can use lightning. Zap, zap, zap. And then here comes Yoda and it's like, oh, y'all didn't know I could just catch it.
My man Yoda said, that's day 1 training.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm thousands of years old.
It's called the Force. And I focused it here.
Yeah.
And stop. And there's not...
Thousands of years old, cocksucker. Shit, but... And... That's some, like, I understand there's unwritten rules and there's some continuity you don't want to play with and all that. But then there's other times where you can make an exception. You know what I'm saying? It's like all those henchmen that work with the Joker knowing that the Joker kills his own people. But they still there. Like,
yeah, but I don't...
Dooku could have picked up a fucking... If he's so honorable in this fucking sword shit, why is he doing all these sneaky shit and throwing half a building at Yoda and doing all this shit?
because he is a dark side user.
He can use 2 fucking sabers.
So okay, so now I understand where there's 7 different fighting styles for Jedi and lightsaber combat, and generally the way it works is the first 1 and 2 are your training ones. That's what they tell you how to manipulate the sword, the lightsaber in your hand. Right?
Yeah.
2 is really good against a certain thing. 1 is just basic training. Style 3 is what Obi-Wan does, and that's more defensive, so that he's good about taking out blast of fire, and he's more like what's your boy Floyd Mayweather. He's more of a
Okay.
defensive fighter, and he's going to
Really?
look for openings. Dooku and I forget what Anakin is. I think Anakin's like 4 or 5, which is the more aggressive style. But Form 7, I think that's Yoda and Dooku, which is a more fluid, more flourishable style. And fighting with 2 lightsabers, although you can do it, for somebody who's a master of a particular fight style, it's not natural for him to pick it up. Like he wouldn't think about getting a second one because I'm so good at this form, I don't need the second one.
Okay.
That's kind of why he wouldn't do it within the context of Star Wars.
All right, so let's go on another Star Wars subject. I was watching a video where it explained why Darth Vader was actually impressed / shocked at seeing Luke Skywalker's green saber when he was talking to him, and then he was examining the lightsaber and he turned it on and he saw it was green. And they were saying, 1, because the green saber at that time meant he was a grandmaster, which is a level that Anakin didn't reach, but also it was like the blue shit is more aggressive and you lead towards more fighting with the saber than with the force. So he was surprised that was Luke's style. And 2, he was surprised on how good the saber was constructed, as opposed to the first time he fought Luke and took his saber.
Yeah.
And the reason why he was surprised at the green part is because he had a vision that him and Luke were together in the dark side, and who's Palpatine's master? Plagueis came and lit them both on fire, and he watched Luke die, and then the machinery around him melted and he died in that flame. And when he saw that the saber was green, it was like, oh shit, this is like a premonition. And I saw how Padme died, so this is how Luke must die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is all a story that's based off of a book, but it correlates to that one scene. Do you think that's stretching it to make it go with the movie, or?
So the surrounding, all right, this is my opinion because I haven't read the book. To answer your question, kind of. What I think is the more logical step without Plagueis and all that other shit, what I think is probably the most true is you strike the lightsaber, so you know that the lightsaber he had the first time he fought you was yours.
Yeah.
So you know he didn't make it. You know it wasn't his. So when you see him make his and it's green, well, green means you're strong in the Force. So to see that and like, yo, this kid went 3 days of training with Yoda, fighting me the first time, lost his hand, did nothing. Now he's come back and he's strong in the Force. That I could see as being a moment of not only shock, but slight pride. Because you're like, yo, this kid was just as naturally gifted in the Force as I was. With the main part of it, which we talked about before, is Luke, his mission and his strength comes from what Qui-Gon Jinn was fucking talking about. Not distancing yourself, not giving away all fucking attachments. It's your compassion. You're attaching yourself to things. And Luke's compassion is what eventually turned Vader back into Anakin and flipped that switch. And I could see seeing the green, knowing that Luke made this. Okay, if I see all this sign here, when he extends the hand to come back to the light, that's the right path. I could see that.
Okay.
As a possible like explanation. But again, that's just my opinion. But
that makes sense. The crazy shit you just mentioned, and my mind went to what I wanted to say, and then I just lost it. But you said he was Qui-Gon Jinn in the original 3, and then turned in the fucking ultrasonic Jedi Master. No one can be next to me, fucking Luke, and he got rid of all of his attachments. It kind of was like he was the total opposite, and the way he was with Vader could have been what turned Kylo Ren back.
yeah, dude, this is the thing, right? You can look it up online. There are countless interviews of Mark Hamill and this couple sitting next to Daisy Ridley, where he's like, "Yo, I don't agree with what Rian Johnson did with Luke, but he paid me." He's like, "This is no longer my story. It's no longer my character. He paid me to do a job. I'm coming in and I'm doing the best with my ability to do to do what he asked me to do." There's one where he was talking to somebody with Daisy sitting there right there, and he's like, "Yo, I don't agree with what he did with Luke." And he's like, and to have Rey and Finn separated, it's like that wasn't good either for the movie. And Daisy Ridley's sitting there like, "Yeah, everybody felt like that, but we did what we did." And she literally said, "Let's see in 20 years what people think of the story then." Because there was a flip when the prequels came out. The prequels were not popular. Yeah, they made money, and the prequels were popular because the kids who saw it at the time, this was their Star Wars.
Yeah.
So the kids were latching on because they don't know anything. This is this is the first time we get to see Star Wars in the theater, and this is great. Darth Maul looks cool, and all this shit looks cool.
And the fight scenes.
Yeah. But everybody else is like, everybody who was old enough to watch it the first time going, no, man, what? Trade federations? What? The fuck is all this? But now it's flipped to where now everybody who wasn't on board understands a little bit more what's happening. And I'm one of them. Like I said, I recently just watched all 3 films again and got a new understanding about it. And they're not as bad as I originally thought.
You know why?
And I originally maintained.
You know why? Because of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I definitely think the context of the animated series made that a whole lot more palatable.
Yeah.
But so now let's see in 20 years if the same thing happens with the sequels, where everybody who was young now watched the sequels and like, "Yo, this shit is good. This is our Star Wars. Kylo Ren's a badass. Rey's fucking dope. Finn did this. Poe's this. Blah blah blah. Babu Freak is fucking cool. All this shit." I
like Babu Freak.
And now everybody who knows is like, "But there's no plan. But they did this again. But let's see if it flips." And in 20 years, we're like, you know what? Maybe the sequels weren't as bad as we once thought. I hope it's not because 20 years from now we get another set where they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I didn't listen. Everyone knows I like the sequel trilogy. I like them, but it was for a different thing. It was like, we got BB-8,
Yeah.
the fight scenes. They killed off Han Solo. It was one of those things. Like I felt like they took it to a new level where it was tamed a little bit, or you would see that in the books or in the lore.
Okay.
Where fucking Kylo Ren killed his father right there on TV. We saw it. It wasn't in a book that they made up a story. We saw it. He almost killed his mother, but he came back. It's like my greatest story of Darth Vader was he's fighting alongside former clone troopers, and he doesn't know who he's fighting with. But while they're fighting, one clone trooper and Darth Vader recognized each other's fight styles and tactics. That while they were fighting, the clone trooper, got shot, and Vader went up to him, and the clone trooper took off his mask. Vader took off his mask, and he was like, "I knew it was you, Anakin." And he knew that the clone trooper, and they showed respect to each other. And that was when he put the mask back on. That was when Vader hated Anakin even more because he let it slip. It was like he only showed that compassion for Ahsoka, for that clone trooper, and I think for another person. And that was explained how Vader and Anakin are two completely different people. And hearing that story, it's like, yo, that's so fucking deep because that makes Anakin's story, like that makes Anakin more dynamic, especially when we see him turn in the original series, right?
Yeah.
But then when you hear that there was an actual fucking Jedi that the Sith kidnapped and mind fucked him to turn Sith, and then the Jedis came back and unmind fucked him and he turned Jedi, but then he got so his brain broke and half of his brain was Jedi, half of his brain was Sith. The Sith and the Jedi had to team up to fight him. You hear shit like that and it's like, okay, now it's like, all right, Vader was almost going through the same shit, but he did it to himself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like this is the shit I want to see on screen.
Yeah, I just want to point out for the record, my biggest problem with the sequel trilogy is the missed opportunities.
Yeah.
Like Captain Phasma. See what bugs me like with Captain Phasma is she's Boba Fett. If you watch the original trilogy without reading anything about Boba, if you watch the original trilogy, the dude's on screen for 15 minutes across 3 movies, and he lost because they bumped into his backpack.
Yeah.
Like, he's the lamest motherfucker around based on just the original shit that they fucking told us.
Yeah.
Well, now, Captain Phasma, and this is what I'm saying. Instead of learning, they just did the same shit. They made a cool-looking character completely fucking useless. Died not because Finn kicked her ass, but because she fell off a fucking thing. Like, Finn picks up a lightsaber that goes nowhere. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit they could have done. Now, we discussed it here. The original shit that George Lucas wanted to do, where Darth Maul now ran the syndicates in Tatooine, took over for the Hutts, and was running spice and trying to undermine Leia, who's now the Galactic Chancellor, who's trying to create peace. Luke's doing his thing with the Jedi Order, rebuilding it, and it's the grandkids now, or the kids now. And Darth Maul has Talon, his second lieutenant, who's a female Dathomir, coming out to fucking shit up, and now they got to try to stop. That shit is the story they should have went with. But Bob Iger got cold feet and said, "Hey, let's play it safe for the first one."
There is no safe.
Well,
what?
There is no. See, here's why the writer strike happened. Here's why the actor strike happened.
Yeah.
And here's why they'll never learn. There is no safe. I just told you they played it safe. They played it safe on purpose. Force Awakens over $1 billion at the box office.
Yeah.
Last Jedi over $1 billion at the box office. Rogue One, which is the best out of the new shit, $1 billion at the box office. Even that made $1 billion. Skywalker at $1 billion or close to $1 billion. They all made $1 billion. What is there to learn? What lesson did you take away if your main concern is making sure this shit is profitable? You didn't learn anything. You're Bill Cartwright. You're the guy who sat on the bench his entire career, but turned around and be like, yo, I got 6 NBA rings. What the fuck are you talking to me about? Like, what did you do? You didn't do nothing? No offense to Bill Cartwright, but...
No, I hear you. But that's why I like the shows. Because at least the shows, they take some liberties. We get to see the assassin from the Clone Wars and Boba Fett. You know, we're getting to see Ahsoka with the 2 white blades. You know, we got Vader. We actually got a fucking Vader that was dominant and shit. But we also got to see that, you know, he wasn't where he was supposed to be at when he was with Obi-Wan. The only thing that they took a liberty on, and it was a little bit too much of a liberty, was Princess Leia and Obi-Wan.
I mean,
Bill Cartwright sounds like Ray. And
yo, Ray's a valuable member of this team. He held it down on that Monday when Toe decided to take spring break and never come back.
That was show. We can blame that shit on show.
He's here every podcast. Never takes off.
You know, I might have to take off this week.
See?
Look at that. Immediately makes me a liar. I mean, what more do you want? How can you not love this guy?
You're a bad influence, Pete. He was a good boy till you got here.
Exactly.
It is your fault, show. You wanted to take 17 hours to drive 2 hours.
Yo, I wasn't, but I had a headache when Toe was telling me that story. I'm like, nope. I was fucking pissed off in the back, like, stop pressing the button. Stop pressing the button.
Word.
Push the goddamn button one more time.
Grills is almost fucking Stone Cold Stunning your ass. Lowe's management.
Yo, fags.
Yo, listen, man. I'm still waiting to say the Bronx. This one's for you.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so Ray, what do you think? Like, what's some shit that you would want to see in, or they could have did in the sequel trilogies?
See, the worst part with me, I think, when it comes to these films, is I always try to go in just open-minded to whatever they give us. Like, I don't want to predict because I feel like we're expecting too much. Like, that's why with this show, I started out with, okay, I'm not liking the start, but I'll give it a chance. And then they proved me, they said, here you go. And it's been up from here. Since I said that in the first episode we did of this, I've been wrong since because I've fucking enjoyed the hell out of the fucking show. But I feel like with the films, it's always just we kind of want more than they want to give at a time. Like, they've built that foundation. I don't think I would change anything because I feel like it would make us tweak, and then it's like, oh, but then we don't get this. We don't get this. We don't get the random fucking Captain Enoch on the last episode. Like, they'll subtlety give us some new shit. It's just, we have to wait for it to not just, we're never going to get the original fucking trilogy. It would never be that great, which I enjoyed it. My bad for others that might not. It's I don't know. To me, it's fine as is. It's just, it makes us go through some grit in order to get to the good part.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the sequel trilogy, but
yeah, I agree, man. Finn is the number one biggest missed opportunity because there's so much shit you could have done with Finn.
Yo, I'll tell you one thing, because Ray was talking about how he didn't go in there anticipating anything or trying to predict something. it made me look at all these fucking. Oh shit! She took a deep breath after they made the mention of the word blue. It's fucking Sky Destroyer. It's Sky Destroyer. It was like, oh, you see how Rey didn't know how to use the lightsaber, so she just started swinging it, but she stabbed, so she's Palpatine's granddaughter, because Palpatine, that was his fighting style. Wait a minute. The difference between a Marvel fan or a comic book fan and a Star Wars fan is there's math involved. Because I swear to God, it's like, you gotta be a fucking genius, a rocket scientist to come up with the fucking shit you do when you come up with theories for Star Wars. Like, my man straight out was like, yo, did you see that little... I'm not shitting you. Did you see when they went through warp speed, there was a little shadow? That was the Mandalorian with fucking... with Grogu when they were doing the time travel. Remember when he saw the fucking whale? Like, that was him. That was him. It has to be. Like, yo, bro, there's different colors everywhere. Like, I can understand. Maybe the movie that was him. But to pull that shit out of your ass,
which they always do.
Oh, like, bro, you can inspect yourself for kidney stones. That's how deep you went in your ass to pull that one out.
Dude, blame Marvel for that. And I'll say why you blame Marvel for that. Iron Man 2, there's the little kid with the spider helmet. The Spider-Man mask.
Yeah.
Right? Or no, it was an Iron Man mask.
Iron Man mask, yeah.
Everybody and the mother turned around and said, that should have been Peter Parker. That's Peter Parker. That's Peter Parker. That's Peter Parker. And Marvel turned around and went, fuck it. Sounds good to us. Peter Parker. It's canon that kid is Peter Parker. 100% canon. So now, flash forward to this, I believe it's less of a theory and more of a, if we say this loud enough, maybe they'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So it's less of a theory, more of a wish. Which, this is really going to bake your noodle now, because a little preview before we get into the episode. They have noticed that fucking Skull, Banan, the fuck's his name? Balin.
Oh yeah, Pete was just mentioning him.
Balin has on his belt something that looks like a green kyber crystal, and they have translated what's on his wrist. And he has a wrist with a screen that has Arabic written language on it, and it does literally translate to Luke, Leia, Han, Ben. He has the names of Anakin's fucking family on his wrist.
Well, he's trying to kill him or something?
That's what we don't know. We don't know if he's trying
When was this?
Huh?
When did they show that?
So I'm gonna see if I can find the thing.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I never saw his fucking wrist.
Yo, 0.5 second on this episode.
Yo, I shit you not. These motherfuckers are watching this shit in fucking frame by frame.
Yo,
they have to watch it frame by frame.
You know what's funny? Before we got on for this, I was trying to find if anyone tried to do some shit about or Enoch or Enoch, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see if someone's gonna break down what this motherfucker means. Because I rewatched it. I'm like, I just Google searched because I want to see how many times fucking people did this. Gold fucking stormtrooper. Bro, when I tell you, I think it said the stats were like 72,000 Google searches. Because that's how quick people are trying to see the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And fucking, like, bro, people want to fucking find anything. Like, come on. I think everybody has Enoch and the biblical characters.
Yeah. Yo, the fucking three women that they all talk as one with the echoes and all. I saw all that shit and I said, yo, listen, that's dope. But like I said for Marvel, I do not like when shit like that has to be explained to me from someone outside of the show.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, that sounds cool. And maybe that's what he was going for. But I don't believe I don't believe That's what that is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like because that's not what you're showing me.
So
That's not what you're showing me.
people took this frame, right?
Jesus. Okay.
No, I'm gonna show
Oh
you.
yeah, I
where
can
they-
see that clear as day. That says
No, so here's where they broke it down. They
See what it
zoomed
was.
in
Okay.
and they found out what each letter is, because this is an actual language in Star Wars. Each one of those symbols correlates to a letter, and this is what it is. The actual name: Luke, Han, Leia, Ben, Chewie, C-3PO. But he has, and we don't know if he's hunting them, if he wanted to speak to them,
Yeah.
if it's just a fucking
Coincidence?
not a coincidence, but just a thing that Dave Filoni threw in there for the
No.
people who are, it's one of those
Easter
probably
egg?
one of those things where it's like, if you're gonna look here, you want to find something, figure this out. Look at that.
Yeah.
We
See,
don't know.
that's I was wrongly translated though, because we know what it actually says.
Well, you know,
Subscribe to the Knucklehead Network.
Yeah,
That's what it's supposed to be
that
saying.
ass
But,
facts.
like,
You
yo,
know what?
we paid that. It was supposed to be there, but
So if all right, let's fucking turn up the heat
all right.
and start doing some yoga. Because what did he tell this girl? I'm not training you to be a Jedi. I'm training you to be something different, something else.
Yeah.
And he goes, I like the idea of the old ways. He didn't like the whole weakness and all that. Who is not a product of the old ways, but is a fucking master of the Jedi ways of the Force? Luke. Who's someone that Luke teamed up with in an unconventional way? Ben and Chewie, Han and Chewie. Who's
Yeah,
also
Han and
someone? Who's also someone that trained in that form that he mentioned that Ezra did. It was the wooden stick shit. Because he mentioned it in the show. He's a something Jedi.
Oh no, he said he's a broken Jedi.
No. There was like he actually said a name that he was trained that way, like a wild. I'm gonna have to fucking put it up. But when they were looking at the shit that Sabine killed those people,
Yeah.
he's like he was trained outside of the thing.
Yeah, I think he said broken Jedi.
No, because when I watched the breakdown of it, it meant wooden stick, a wooden sword. That's what the word that he used meant.
Okay.
But yeah, so anyway, he would have trained Kylo Ren that way, or Ben Solo. And who's his robots? R2D2, C-3PO. What's one thing that this guy would think? He's the last Jedi. Luke Skywalker is the one that turned Darth Vader. He has to have one of the greatest connections to the Force based on all the stories that they had, because Anakin was the chosen one. And then he has all these people around him that are not Jedi, but would be considered Force sensitive. He has to be an anomaly. So what is he doing? He's probably looking for them to either be the anomaly also. Like the fucking shit that they said in the prequel trilogies, where Ben Solo and Rey were.
Oh, the dyad.
The dyad. Like, he could be looking for a dyad of Luke, or he could just be looking for something to make him as strong as Luke, because they said, they're afraid of something that's there on that planet, and it could be that big ass fucking bullshit that gave Ezra the power, or
that told Kanan,
that showed Kanan how to fucking be blind.
Kanan. How to use the Force to see.
Yeah.
Or other people I've saw before where the Mortis arc, the son, the father, and the daughter.
Yes.
This might be the son. Because again, Balin in Norse mythology is the white wolf that chases the sun.
Yeah.
So this could
a lot of wolf
literally
shit.
be the sun, the dark side.
Yeah.
Or, which I'm not going to be mad at if this is, because this is pretty ballsy to do, the wills. You guys know what the wills are?
The Will Smith.
No.
Will I am.
Yeah. Balin's chasing the ability to slap motherfuckers from across the room. I can't
Vulcan
wait
Jedi.
for episode 8 where Ahsoka shows up and Balin's just like, keep General Tao's name out your motherfucking mouth.
All right, hold on. Give me 1 second.
I don't know if I should talk.
Yeah,
Poking Jedi.
Huh?
He's Poking Jedi.
Okay.
That's he comes from a breed of Poking Jedi that were trained in the wild.
Okay. I feel
And
like broken sounded better, but we're gonna go with Pokin Jedi.
Yeah, because apparently that means the wooden katana sword that they were using or some shit. But
Gotcha.
But yeah. So the wheels are what?
I was gonna be a poking Jedi, but it's kind of illegal to just walk around poking. But
I mean,
just poke.
No. So the wills are the living embodiment of the Force that's within your metachlorian cells and shit like that. If you watch the Clone Wars, Yoda gets actually sent down and talks to the wills.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
So that was going to be a part of George Lucas's sequel trilogy.
Was that when he was trying to figure out how to train Obi-Wan?
When Qui-Gon was trying to show him how to become a Force ghost and how to become even more powerful in the Force.
Yeah.
So that it could be the wills.
Okay.
Which is kind of bonkers bananas, but if done correctly, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen. My only issue with this is twofold. One, if we're leading to the sequel trilogy, we already know it's nothing.
It's Palpatine.
Yeah. Well, like my the joke that I love to say all the time. You know that thing, maybe it's Maybelline, maybe she's born with it. That I always go, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Palpatine, but so that's one. Two, it sucks for his family, but Ray Stevenson's passing. Now they can't continue with that character and that arc. He has to go by the end of this.
Yeah.
Unless
he died? The
actor
died. Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I was kind of hoping. That's what I said last week. Like, I hope there is like either she kills him or leads to someone killing him. Because if not, it's like shit. To think what they would have done with him next.
Yo,
if he doesn't just die.
This guy, he has to be the greatest. We know he's one of the best actors around.
Mm-hmm.
But look what him and Liam Neeson did.
Mm.
Liam Neeson took one movie and took a character who was on screen and died at the end of it, Qui-Gon, and made him an iconic Jedi.
Yep.
He's definitely my favorite Jedi. And that's a movie that I didn't even like. And I still was like, yo, if I'm anybody, I'm Qui-Gon. So Ray Stevens took this character who isn't, as far as we know, not connected. Until they tell us concrete if Plo Koon's his master or if somebody else is his master. Until we know, he's not connected to shit. And he made it so that him and Shin are like some of the best fucking characters. We got new characters. We're like, yo, great motivation, great acting, great action. They look cool. They look menacing. They actually, you know how fucking cool it is to see Shin look creepy as fuck, look badass as fuck, take on Sabine, and like, yo, Sabine ain't gonna stop her. Especially in that first or second episode.
Yeah.
No, the first episode. When they had the fight, you're like, yo, you ain't stopping Shin. But then when she's standing next to Thrawn, and Thrawn's like, yo, go kill him. And she turns around and goes, wait a minute, but we had a deal. Wait, you mean to tell me that you're all these menacing qualities of the dark side? But you're still like, no, motherfucker, hold up. I don't like this. What are we doing here? That's fucking awesome. That's That is the opposite. That's the kind of bad guy that I like.
That's like, even in then, it's like, nah, but I made a promise.
An honorable bad. Because that's one of the things where it's like, it's an honorable bad guy where, like you say, you can follow him. He just has different motivation.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what it is, though? It still makes him, he's still bad enough that it's like, okay, cool. We don't have sympathy, but it's like, you know
Yeah.
what? I kind of understand. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's
But
And the foreshadowing or the complexity of having a character like that makes a turn that much greater. So if she does go to the light side, we see why.
yeah,
If she stays in the dark side, we see why. It's not a thing of like Ben or Kylo. It's not a thing of, well, 10 minutes ago he was on the dark side completely, got stabbed. Then his mom called out to him in the Force, and now he's like, well, fuck it, I'm Ben again, baby. Let's kick the shit out of some Knights of Ren. Like, as cool as that scene was, and I don't give a shit what anybody says about the sequel trilogy. That little fucking, when he's surrounded, that little fucking, here we go. That's some cold ass shit.
yeah,
dumb.
When you're looking at your boys and you're like, fuck it, let's go.
yeah. That was some shit. But yo, so and one of the things that we haven't mentioned yet, when he's talking to the witches, or when he's there and the witches are talking.
You want to get
And
into
she
the
go-
episode?
Well, I just want to say this one thing because it goes to when she goes, it reeks of Jedi, and everyone instantly looked at Sabine, and then the camera pointed at him, and he did the fuck, like they can sense it, like
Yeah.
it would, like because you said he blocks it, so it's almost like fuck, they know, and then he's like, well, if I don't say nothing, they're gonna just go after her. It's like, all right, good, that's it. But he's the Jedi. He's the one that they sense.
Yo, I like the fact because I've seen this too. How a couple of people are like, yo, what? Why the fuck would they point at Sabine? Sabine's not a Jedi. Well, motherfuckers, if you're paying attention, even Sabine turned around and was like, don't look at me. I don't know what the fuck you looking at me for? I'm not.
Yeah.
Even she acknowledged that it was not her.
She's like, I must have Ahsoka scent on me or something. I don't know. I got a saber.
It's not even
But
her.
that's about it. Yeah. That's about it. But so the movie that you said this guy's making, that's all the TV shows, right?
So the proposed movie, as it last stood, is Dave Filoni's doing a movie, which will be a sort of conclusion to Ahsoka, Mandalorian, and maybe possibly Book of Boba, where the characters from there are going to endgame style team up to fight whatever the fucking big bad is. Initially, I thought it was Thrawn, but whatever Balin's sensing, it could be that. But we don't know.
Who took over after Vader?
Who took over what?
Vader's position, pretty much. Because we had Snoke out of nowhere.
That's the thing. It was supposed to be Maul for Lucas's sequel trilogy, and Talon. I believe the name is Talon. Those were supposed to be the new Sith, the Master and the Apprentice.
Yeah.
Canonically now, just the First Order and Kylo Ren.
But how is it gonna be Maul? Didn't Obi-Wan kill him and bury him in Tatooine?
I mean, death is not permanent.
I mean, we saw the body.
Yeah, but again,
this ain't Fast and Furious. Even with a body, they not
unless
dead.
Maul is that connected to the Force that he turned himself into a Force ghost.
So no, here's one thing that I think is lost in translation, or I don't know if I mentioned. I think, and I could be wrong, but I'm 80% certain that the sequel that George Lucas wanted to do was before the Clone Wars shit. Because I think
that was the new
before
season.
Rebels. Because Darth Maul died in Rebels.
Yes.
To Kenobi. And I think he had the prequel, the sequel trilogy set up for even before Rebels came out. And that was just his idea. So I don't know how set in stone it would have been, or if they would have changed that.
So do we have Luke in this movie? Because he technically was in Mando.
Yeah, I would, dude. Why would you not? Like, if you're calling motherfuckers to band together to stop something, why wouldn't you call A, the strongest Jedi you have right now, and B, the motherfucker who showed up and stopped the last big thing from happening? Why would you not
all those
call
monsters, all those robots and shit.
Yeah. No, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about he
Vader.
stopped the Empire and Vader.
Yeah.
And freed the galaxy the last time the galaxy was at threat. Why would you then not call him back? And as much as I like to see Mark Hamill CGI face do his thing, get Sebastian Stan, the guy who plays Bucky, give him the fucking Mark Hamill haircut, and let him loose on the goddamn screen. We don't need a whole movie of CGI face.
Yeah. You know, all right, before we get into the episode, one thing that you keep mentioning that should have happened in the prequel trilogies is when all the old Jedi and the Darth War, they had that war and the Ghost Wars or whatever. I would have loved to have seen a snippet of Vader versus Anakin. Vader versus Anakin. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah. I mean, yo, just imagine the fucking rematch. We get Vader and Anakin standing toe to toe, and the rematch where you see Obi-Wan, you see Maul, and you're like, oh shit, once again, Darth Maul's gonna go after Obi-Wan, and it cuts, and oh no, it's Qui-Gon. We get the rematch, Qui-Gon and Maul.
Yeah.
And Qui-Gon gets to enter the Force, get to echo the phrase, "You've cut me down, and I become more stronger in the Force than you'll ever know," or some shit to that effect. I forget the exact line. I think that's close to it.
Is that what Obi-Wan said to Vader?
Yeah, Obi-Wan said, "If you strike me down now, I should become even should become even stronger than you know, or stronger in the Force," something to that effect. Right before he vanished.
Yeah.
But we could have got a million possibilities.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, she heard all the voices of past Jedi. What was one of the voices?
Anakin.
Ahsoka Tano.
Oh, Ahsoka.
Which means by this time, she has to have been dead, according to the movie.
Unless
we...
She's in the world between worlds. Unless she is the fucking daughter. And she just accepted the role and now she's in the other...
That's true. We can do that too now. But so here's an interesting thing before we get into because I had made a statement saying that, yo, we have 30 years of fucking shit that you just became legend, and fuck it, it's no longer canon, it's over there, and now we got all this shit. I watched an interview with Dave Filoni, the guy who's behind this Ahsoka, the Clone Wars Rebels, the unofficial heir to the Star Wars throne, as it were. And he was doing an interview, and they asked him about the Legends things, and he was like, he only wants to bring in stuff that they can do without changing. So if it's something that happened like Thrawn, he was like, we could bring in Thrawn and not have to change anything about him as the character. We change up some of the situations and shit. But we could take him, drop him in, good to go. He's like, if we have to change him, there's no point to bring him in. Which is probably why we won't get Starkiller. Because if you change it too much from what he is, then what the fuck is the point?
Yeah, he's not Starkiller anymore.
The main crux of that, the reason why I bring that interview up, is the main crux of it is they asked him about Legends shit. And he said, in talking to George only considers the movies and the TV shows canon. So in their mind, all the books and all the extra shit was already Legends to them. Before even Disney brought them over and made it Legend. It was all just extended universe stuff that was cool ideas that happened out there. But the movies and TV shows were the only official canon that they recognized. Which, when I heard that, I was like, huh. That changes a lot.
Yeah. If real quick before we go into the episode, if we were to bring in Starkiller, I would propose he was someone that was with the Force, but he idolized Vader, and he tried to become Vader's apprentice, and Vader denied him. And every time that he would try, Vader would take a part of him or some shit like that. And then he tried to get in contact with the Force so much it ripped his body apart. And that's where all the legend of, oh, he can pull a moon, like he did all this crazy shit, but it fucked up his body like Palpatine. And he's more cyborg than fucking man because of he was so obsessed with trying to impress Vader to become his apprentice that he fucked himself up. And Vader just looks at him and goes, well, I can't do nothing with you now. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool. I just now, because I really hadn't put any thought into it until you just said something. I would put, he was Vader, put him in Carbonite. Because now as far as I'm aware, there's two endings to the game. You can either do the light side ending or the dark side ending. If you go with the dark side ending, he becomes so powerful that Vader's like, nah. We can't have this motherfucker around. So they lock him away somewhere deep. And idiots, as like they always do, find it, accidentally set him out. And now he's the big bad because he went dark side and he's driven by the fact that Vader trained him, and this dude beat you. Luke beat you. Luke's nowhere near as strong as me. Now he's obsessed with, nah, everything's got to burn now because you locked me away and allow somebody weaker to fucking destroy you. Because in his eyes it would be a destruction and not a redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just driven by rage at this point.
And that's how we can get him not anywhere near any of these TV shows, but still explain who he is. We don't have to nerf him, and now he's somebody to fucking fear. We can still get Sam Witter to fucking play him. All that shit.
How would you do it, Ray?
I'm trying to pitch it together here because I'm like, damn, can't be a Disney Plus show. I feel like there's too much there to just throw it on a show like this because it would be the whole series is just to build it.
Yeah,
to be able to do it the right way, because I feel like you have to just. It can't be a, hey, we get the start. Here's a little bit of a tease of a battle. But then it's like they did with fucking Vader in the first part that it's like, he lost already? Like, we need actual just demonstration of power. I don't think you could do that in 8 episodes. If that.
You know what I would like? The demonstration of power where it mixes the both of y'all shit. Where you would bring in the the rumor or the misconception, and a Star Killer is fighting Luke, and Luke can't handle this dude because he is too strong.
Yeah.
And the person that comes in and saves Luke, Leia, because everybody was saying that Leia is more connected to the Force than Luke is.
Yeah.
People were saying that Leia is stronger in the Force than Luke is, but she just didn't want to be a Jedi. She just didn't care for it. She wanted to do the political shit. Now imagine she comes in and just to pay homage to her, they show how strong she really fucking is.
And this is a
And-
point where she has to. She has to. Now it's not a.
Yeah.
She gets to choose. It's almost like she's forced to have to show her
Yeah,
true potential here.
because if you need Ahsoka to die, Star Killer could kill Ahsoka.
Yeah.
He's not gonna kill Luke because Luke is alive, but she saves Luke. You know. But I wouldn't kill Ahsoka. I would run with Ahsoka as much as you can, because to me, Ahsoka and the Mandalorian are your Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
They are your new characters. Those are the ones people want to see. More Mando than Ahsoka, because apparently people aren't watching this TV show, but they should, because it's fucking one of the best TV shows that Star Wars made. But
Well, they're gonna have to kill Mando anyway because this dude wants out anyway.
I mean,
So
shit,
unless
they
they
could get
replace
somebody else
Amanda.
in the mask.
All he's got to do is do the voice. He's not even in the suit anymore.
Well, yeah, but Pedro apparently wants out completely. So maybe now he changed his mind when he noticed. Well, there was no money at all for 1 minute. So
That's another thing I like. Well, me and Show had this discussion today, but
yeah,
I can understand for other people's perspective. But for me, it's like if out of nowhere I got plugged into a Marvel character or a Star Wars character and like we want you to do 40 movies, I'm like, yo, if you paying me some good money, fuck it, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk around and be like, yo, that's fucking Pachu Pachu from fucking Star Wars. And this motherfucker's in every single movie, and he's one of the greatest Jedi we ever met. All right, cool. I'm not gonna sit here going, but I was a Broadway actor. you
Yo.
know?
you know what it is though. You're also coming from the perspective of you're a fan of this though. I can
Yeah.
understand a lot of these guys that get involved 90% of the time. They probably weren't really fans of it. They just tried it
Fans of the
out.
money.
And exactly. So after a point, you start to get burnt out because it's like, now what? Meanwhile, as fans, we're like, oh man, they haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for them, they get burnt out.
From now on, To, you are Wachu Pachu.
That's it. Every week. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Ray. We got Cap. And then we got
Pachu.
Pachu.
Yo,
That needs to be a new shirt on the network. Fucking Pachu Pachu or Wachu Pachu, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Something chew at the end.
yo, I'm with To, man. You tell me I get to be a fucking Star Wars character or a Marvel. Now, there's one condition. I can't be some stupid motherfucker. Like I can't be Wachu Pachu sitting in a fucking cantina, and every couple of episodes I just look over and go, ah. Like I'm not gonna do that for 40
trap.
fucking years.
No, but I mean, like I just said, watch.
Yeah.
I mean, like no, like if I'm
But if you
fucking
give me-
Captain America or somebody,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be.
If you give me a good character, I'll play that shit until I'm 110. I'll find a way to fucking prolong my life just so I can play the shit out of it.
Yeah, I mean, shit. And
But I guess that's the difference between us and actors. Actors, they like acting. They want to do different roles. They don't want to just get stuck doing one thing. Because, I mean, if they want to get stuck doing one thing, they get a fucking desk job and spend the next 30 years punching in, punching out, sitting behind the desk.
No, I get that, but here's the thing, though. You want to take a character, bring him to life, and the whole. I'm gonna bring this up, and I know it just triggered me. I know it's probably gonna trigger Cap, but the motherfucker from G.I. Joe 1 that played Cobra Commander.
Okay.
I forgot his fucking name.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, he's sitting here going. He took the day off. Basically, this was a vacation to do Cobra Commander. disrespecting everybody that liked G.I. Joe. He did a horrible job, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He's not that good of an actor. Because you can act good in good movies, but act good in a movie that's not supposed to be that. Because here's what I'm saying. Namor, a fucking mutant with wings on his feet. That guy acted the shit out of that. You can take a character that's a comic book character or a toy character and give it dimension in itself. That shows the testament of an actor. Look at Ray Stevens?
Yeah.
The guy look at him. Just him standing stoically the way he does puts so much dimension on his character.
No.
Legitimately, I'm like, yo, this dude had to have been a badass motherfucker.
No.
Like, I want to know what happened to him. Like, I want to know his story.
No.
Just by the way he's standing. You know, like, people love Darth Maul. I'm pretty sure he took that mask off and they saw the way he looked and he just menacing as a motherfucker. Like, oh shit, who's this nigga? You know what I'm saying? And that's what acting is.
It's the thing too of like, for a lot of these guys is finding, hey, if I'm gonna do this role, actually putting that passion, putting all that training into something like that.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys that should, again, he could complain and it's kind of understandable, would have been William Dafoe. Fucking great trained actor. Dude could fucking give you a monologue about anything and make you believe it. And my dude has continually said he'll love to do more as fucking Norman Osborn. So imagine that guy.
Yeah.
Like, for
you gotta find what it is in a character that you can connect with.
No.
And wells in which you can explore and play in different depths of where you can find them. But that takes a couple of things. It takes the actor who's willing to do it, the character within itself, a good director and a writer to give you the roadmap in which directions to go into.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have all that together, you're not gonna have anything. Case in point, Obi-Wan. Were there parts of that show that were good? Yes.
Yep.
There was a lot of math going on.
Did a whole bunch of it work? No. Why? Because again, we were like, yo, this doesn't feel like Obi-Wan.
No.
And the direction they chose to go into wasn't written strong enough to have enough depth in that direction. So it kind of just felt like we're in shallow water with some of that shit. The fucking Boba Fett. They went in a direction, but it wasn't deep enough to explore. That's the everything that we keep saying. Like even Sabine. Watch Sabine in Rebels and tell me she's not one of your favorite characters. And then watch Sabine in here and see what they're telling her to do. Not the actress. The actress, there's nothing wrong. The actress is fine. The actress looks and feels like she should be Sabine. But look what they're telling the character to do, which we'll get into when we get into this episode. And I alluded to it before. You make a decision to have the character do something, you're like, you're. I'm gonna give him time because we've been proven wrong already once when I ran down the rabbit hole. But at the moment, it's not a good look for the character. I'll say that.
Yeah. All right, we've been pussyfooting around this episode long enough. Let's get to it. It opens with Ahsoka and what's the robot's name? Chayling?
No, we said it. We said it all episode last week.
Yeah,
And now,
Honolulu. Cyphus.
no, it's not Cyphus. Something with an H. Like,
Fuck.
or
Igloo.
Hewing. There you go.
Yo, guys, I'm telling you, I don't know about
Hewing. Yeah.
Where am I? He hangs out with with Show. His brain's rotten. I have learning disabilities and I'm dyslexic, so fuck all with names, especially when it's weird fucking languages. I don't know what his excuse is.
Well, I took too many bumps in a ring, so yeah.
There you go. He, instead of tucking his chin and slapping down, he went full back of the head first.
You
Yeah.
don't go full bump.
Yeah, as Mark Quinn from Private Party, he saw me pile drive myself. So yeah, not fun.
Damn, what you like? Kota Ibushi, you just fighting yourself out there?
I'll explain the story one day. But yeah, so we start with that. They're going through, and then we pass Grogu apparently in this. This is where we.
Yo, I love the fact, and I don't care if this is cheesy, but I love the fact that when Ahsoka was like, all right, tell me one of your stories. He started with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I was like, yo, that's every story in Star Wars should start like that.
Doesn't it?
Well, every movie starts like that.
Yeah.
But that's how they should just start telling their stories. Like,
yeah.
Okay, here's the story in a galaxy far. Just start playing the theme very faintly in the background.
If
that's how they should do it.
Would know to say something like that and for it to be true, it's the motherfucker who's been training Jedi for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so.
Oh, we missed an important part too. Ahsoka starting to see. She's Ahsoka the White, but it's a process. You don't just flip a switch.
Yeah.
She started reverting a little bit, and Hu Yang said something fucking very prevalent.
That's your fear.
No, well, not only that, but the Force will show you the path, but it won't give you the answer.
Yeah.
Which is something like, just because you're tapped into this shit ain't gonna be easy. You ain't gonna look over there and be like, oh, that's it. Ain't no gas in it. That's what the fuck the problem was.
Word.
You still gotta, what do you call it? Kind of on the take, just for religion. It's never a fucking, I want water. Boom, God gives you a water bottle. No, you want water. Well, here's all the tools you need to go get it. Go get it.
No, yeah. And he mentions like maybe that was the only answer for her.
Yeah.
Because in all actuality, everybody's main thing is preservation of their own life.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Sabine wasn't ready to kill herself when there's a way to get Ezra. Mission 1, get Ezra. That's staying on the mission. Cabs always says, what's the mission? Let's stay on the mission, right? The mission was to get Ezra. She's staying on the mission. She heard the briefing. And it's just Ahsoka was on her mission 1 was stop Thrawn. It wasn't Ezra. Because she's not as connected to Ezra as Sabine is.
No.
So that's why he's like, that's your fear. Your fear is that she gave up, like she turned to get, to the dark side because it was prettier. No. Her mission was never, she don't give a fuck about Thrawn. She wants Ezra. But I got a question. What makes Thrawn such a bad motherfucker?
Okay, I can answer this one. What makes Thrawn so bad is the statement when he found out that Ahsoka was coming, and he turned around and said, I want to know everything about her. where she was raised, who trained her, who she knows, what she's into. He literally will take every piece of information about you, your family, your world, your culture, and use that to figure out what's the best way to beat you. He's not looking about your skill level, hand to hand, how strong you are. He's looking to pull from shit deeper to come up with a strategy to really fuck with you and really beat you. There's a whole thing where he had Hera on board the ship, and she was surrounded by all fucking artifacts from her planet and her people and her world. And he was able to get in her head and spin her without ever having to throw a punch. That's what makes him dangerous.
He's playing chess out there.
Yeah, he's playing 4-dimensional chess while people are sitting there thinking they're playing Parcheesi or a different complete fucking board game.
He's playing goldfish.
Okay, so that makes sense. That he's calculated with it. Like before he even makes a fucking move, he's already got you in checkmate. I like that.
The only way to truly beat him
is to kill him.
Well, I mean, that
would be one way, yeah.
Down, but the only way to truly beat him is to be one of the best Jedis.
Because you have no attachments. There's no, like Yoda would be like, nigga, you don't. The one thing he wouldn't be able to fight Yoda because he'll never figure out where Yoda's from.
Yo,
we don't even know where the fuck Yoda's from.
I don't think Yoda knows.
Look it up right now. There is a fucking interview with George Lucas. Turned around and was like, it was supposed to be Obi-Wan Kenobi in the second movie training Luke, but he thought it would be better if Obi-Wan died. So they killed him in the first movie. They needed something, so he just came up with Yoda. And he was like, I didn't even think about a fucking backstory or where his planet is or what he does. He's like, I just made a character to fill this fucking role. He's now a mystery. George Lucas himself doesn't know what the fuck Yoda is.
Yeah, it says Yoda's race and homeworld have not been named in any official media, canonical or otherwise. And is merely said to be a species unknown by Star Wars Databank.
Yo, and there's Yoda, Yaddle, one other guy,
and Grogu.
I don't remember his name, and Grogu. There's the only 4 of them that ever fucking existed in Star Wars.
How did they make a better backstory, at least for Grogu, than they did Yoda? Like how?
Yoda's Wolverine.
But here's the thing.
Yoda's Wolverine.
Yoda's proof positive. That what do you call it? Not everything needs to be explained.
True.
Because if you try to go back now and explain a whole bunch of shit, you're gonna fuck it up. Because where was this the whole time? Where was that the whole time? What about this? There's so much fucking connective tissue. It's literally, hey, Shuri, can you take the fucking Soul Stone out of Vision? Well, no, you fucking grafted it to a million other things that I gotta fucking uncouple. I can't just pull it out of them.
Yeah, she was like, why didn't you do it this way?
Yeah.
Fuck you. That's why.
That's exactly what the situation is. It's like, yo, well, now there's so much shit that ties in.
Yeah.
Where we looked at it and was like, well, why didn't you just do this to begin with? Yeah. Well, we know. George Lucas is like, I just need something to put a fucking puppet. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Put it in there. And it turns out not only to be one of the most effective trainers that you have, but one of the most effective characters that you have, one of the most intriguing characters that you have, and it will forever be a fucking mystery.
Yeah, but you see, this is why I say like switching out certain things about the trilogy or the sequel trilogy. It's like, why change it now? Like it worked, and it adds to the fucking just mystique of it all.
Yeah.
So imagine, like, we could question fucking all this about Yoda, but it's like people still to this day will fucking talk backwards just to fucking make it sound cool like Yoda.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I would, if we're ever in a movie and these people are trying to explain where Yoda lives, I think I would walk out. Like, nope. Nope. Cut this shit, cameraman. Fast forward. Do not let this motherfucker speak. Nope. We found where Yoda lives. No, you didn't.
It's like, fuck
No,
this
you
up, you
didn't.
will.
Yo, do you know a lot of people thought he was from Dagobah? Cause like that's where the fuck Luke found him. So it must be from that planet.
No, but he went there to go. He went there to chill.
We know that now.
Yeah.
But in 1972 or 76, whenever the fuck that movie came out, Empire, like nobody knew him. We didn't know he ran and
Shit.
Fuck it.
Fucking Order 66.
So again, yo, execute Order 66.
Yeah. So, all right. So Thrawn doesn't have anything to do with the Force. He's just a military mastermind.
Yo,
basically a mercenary.
Thrawn,
Yeah.
So you know how the threat of Vader gets people shook?
Yeah.
Thrawn is the threat of Vader personified. Where on the outset you're like, this is the motherfucker you're scared of?
I was gonna say, because yeah, they even for them being that close to him, it was like he's blue. That's about it. It's like
Yeah. But all right, I'm gonna give you the perfect example. You like this movie because of this person. Okay. There's a scene in Fast X where Jason Statham,
Momoa?
Jason Momoa walks into Cypher to whatever the fuck.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And turns around and all the guns are pointed at him. And he just starts rattling off names of family members. And pictures start showing up. Yo, you want your fucking family alive? You turn those guns around. And everybody turns the guns around. That motherfucker didn't have to throw one punch, didn't have to say one mean thing, didn't have to do anything to threaten Cypher. All he had to do was walk in already with the knowledge he had and already with the plan set up, and he got exactly what he wanted.
Well, he did have to kill that one guy
because he had nothing. He didn't have a cat. He didn't have a book collection.
Which that's something Thrawn would do.
Yeah.
That's the cold-bloodedness of Thrawn. Thrawn already is going to Batman you to death.
Gotcha.
He's going to be as prepared as possible.
He's like, this shit already happened. Now we just got to go through the motions.
Yeah. The only difference between him and Batman is he's not a rich boy, and he's the villain. Villains have to lose eventually.
Do they? I know they do, but I'm just saying.
For George Lucas, yeah.
You know,
good guy wins, bad guy loses.
This is another thing that I would like to mention. We have 9 movies where it's rinse and repeat. The rebels win. They make a new society. It gets corrupted by the infiltrators, and now they're the ones taking over, and then we need new rebels.
Yeah.
When are they gonna learn? Thrawn might still be alive. Nah. We won. Leave it alone.
Yo,
we're done.
That's what Balin brought up in this episode. That's what he told Shin. It's like, this shit is cyclical. The same shit keeps happening, and he's looking for something to break that cycle. Now, is it something good? Is it something bad? We don't know what the fuck it is. He's looking exactly for that. He knows how ridiculous this is, that this perpetual fucking.
He's looking for the original plans of the Death Star. No, but yeah, no, it's true. It's no one listens, and no one is like, yo, why didn't we make up anything to indicate where there's a fucking traitor? You know, they just they walked in the store and said, I'm the owner now, and left everybody in there. And well, I don't expect any of you guys to fucking cheat me.
Yo,
Like what?
I've said this before, and because everything is an allegory, everything has some sort of historical context, or is based on some sort of mythology or religion. World War One happened because they assassinated the Archduke Ferdinand of Austria, or some shit like that, right? And World War One happened. At the end of that, it was the greatest war ever. Everybody's like, "Yo, let's not do that shit again." But then we have Adolf come in. He wrote Mein Kampf, told them exactly what the fuck he was gonna do. They didn't listen. Took a little piece of land. They didn't listen. Little piece of land. They didn't listen. It got to a point where history repeated itself. All the shit that they should have learned the first time, they didn't. Boom, another world war. This one even worse. This one even more vicious. This one had horrendous shit happen. We dropped a nuclear fucking bomb on Japan. All because we didn't believe what the shit that was right in front of us. We didn't take the threat seriously. We didn't learn from the first time it happened. So now we get to the allegories in Star Wars. We have the fall of the Jedi, the Clone Wars, the Galactic Empire rises up. Everything sucks. We finish them. We beat them. Cool. We come up. Nobody fucking paid attention. Nobody's listening. Nobody's doing their homework. We're trying to reacclimate fucking people who were staunch fucking followers of the Empire. What happens? The fucking First Order shows up. We did the exact same shit again. And on top of that, what are the First Order are more aligned to Nazi propaganda. You had the Hux. We're the greatest fucking thing. Nobody like
Yeah.
all they had to do was fucking the salute. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Shit.
really hoping that we get some answer to what the fuck Balin's looking for.
I hope so. Because it's 2 episodes left, right?
Yeah.
Tonight and next week.
Yep.
So
yeah, probably over already.
Yeah, we gotta get some shit going. We gotta get what up, Leon the King. We gotta get the ball. Gotta start rolling.
So getting back to the ball rolling here, what did you guys think of the entrance of Thrawn? Because I'll tell you right now, I'm not normally attached to villains, with the exception of Doom, and I guess you could say Venom, even though he's more now anti-hero.
Yeah.
But when that whole shit came up, and the ship, the Chimera showed up, and all the night troopers sitting there chanting some shit, and he walked through, I had a smile from the beginning of that scene to about fucking 15 minutes later after that scene is done. Because I was like, holy shit, Thrawn's here. He's real. He feels like Thrawn. It's the same guy who voiced him in the cartoon. He looks like he moves like him. Everything was fucking pitch perfect for me. And on top of that, the fucking gold mask dude who Enon?
Captain Enoch. Or
Enoch.
Enoch, yeah.
Enoch looked fucking dope.
Yeah.
All the night troopers looked dope. The presence alone was like, you could see why the Night Mothers would be in line and not like clashing, or he's not working for them, they're working for him. You could see why this dude is like, okay, maybe we do need to keep this motherfucker here and not bring him back.
Yeah, that I would say that was my reaction was more of his presence afterward was made it more. Because the intro, I was more concerned. I was more like, what was the dude in the gold like mask? That got me more than him actually like walking. I was like, who's this dude? Then again, I search up. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like just hearing him announce it. I'm like, oh, I want to see what he's gonna do. But now that you explain a little more just about his mentality and all that. I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't want to mess with this dude because you could see like their reaction is kind of it's mixed, but it's like, yeah, this dude, you don't want to fuck with him.
Yeah, and he tells Sabine die well or some shit.
Yeah.
But
Yo,
so all right, so we get to go ahead.
the baddest fucking
I'll
thing.
be right back. I use the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
The baddest thing he said for me was when he looked at Sabine, and she's like, "What? You're really just gonna let me walk out there?" And he's like, "You help my cause, I'll help yours." It's like, yo, that's what makes him so fucking great. Is again that side where you're like, you know what? He might go out there. I mean, he literally sent them to go kill him.
Yeah.
But what do you say? Sending them to go kill Ezra is not the top priority. If they do it, fine. If they don't, I don't give a shit. Get everybody on the fuck. Get all this cargo on this shit. Let's get the fuck home.
Yeah.
Which means he literally had the poise to be like, well, you help me out. Here's some shit to go find him.
Yep.
Now,
Well, that's it. Well, I like that because it's like you still are a son of a bitch though. Because it's like, well, I did help you though, so
yeah.
now it's on you.
Now, here's a question I have for you.
Yeah.
Because I was seeing some people perplexed, like Sabine found Ezra in a day. Why the fuck couldn't Thrawn find him? My thinking is, at a certain point, Thrawn doesn't care. Like once he has the night mothers,
Yeah.
and he has the plan for Morgan to come in, bring him home, he doesn't give a shit as long as Ezra's not directly attacking him or hurting his people. He doesn't give a shit.
Okay. I was gonna. It's funny. I had a question for you. Do you think, and this is gonna start the I guess conspiracies here. Is this still the same Ezra? Because I feel like Thrawn would have, especially with what you're telling us now, like the mentality. I feel like they've already had conversations. He's already threatened them by now, I would assume. I feel like he's not the same mentality that he was. Because the fact that she just found him like nothing, it feels a little weird. It feels like, wait, turtle people just led you to him? Like, what happened here?
So here's my theory,
Okay.
and this might be a yoga fire, like that's all I like to say.
Yeah.
Ezra gave all those weird Turtle Rock people
the
rebel symbol.
Yeah.
And I believe because they look like rocks and they're unassuming, he sent them out there and was like, look, I'm giving you the symbol. If you ever see anybody with this symbol, bring them to me.
Okay.
And they just they pop up every once in a while and see somebody. Nope, no symbol. Hide back down.
Yeah.
We don't bring them to nobody. They see the symbol. Oh shit, that's the symbol. Yo, let's bring it because Ezra had already told them be on the lookout because Ezra's gotta have the belief that they're looking for him.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna show up eventually.
Okay.
So that right there makes how I can rationalize it, making the most sense of why she found him so easily. It's not the fact that she found him so easily. It's the fact that the feelers that he put out found her and brought her in.
Okay, so that makes it a little more because I'm like, you mean to tell me this guy didn't just like, who the fuck are you? And like him bend that easily?
Well, the other part to this thing is I 100% believe that this is not the same Ezra that we knew on the ship because it can't be. He spent how long on this weird planet by himself, hiding from marauders or whatever bandits, hiding from Thrawn, doing all this like. For anybody who had to grow up fast for a situation or had to deal with some shit, or if you joined the military where you were young and got thrown in the fire, you are not the same person when you started as to where you end.
Mm-hmm.
It is virtually impossible. So no, I don't believe he is the same Ezra. Now, to the extent of conspiratorial,
To
fuck,
the
I'm losing
conspiracy
all my
theory
big
here.
words hanging out
Yeah,
with
yeah.
fucking you guys. To the extent in which the conspiracy theories come
Yeah.
out,
No.
to where the night mother's got to him and he's some weird fucking zombie mixer, he's some other shit that I don't know about.
No.
But fundamentally, he had to have grown up.
No, that of course, especially in a moment that you have to be fight or flight. I'm just thinking in the degree as well of they got to him and this is just almost a setup at this point. But again, it's just to I feel like to add more craziness in the last 2 episodes.
I don't think, as good as Dave Filoni is, I don't think he has the balls to do that. I don't think he has the balls to make this a fucking swerve. And it's gonna turn around that he's Enoch or he's some shit like.
Okay, that would be just I doubt that part. But just like
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
there's no big.
Yeah.
They
No
don't have the
reveal
balls to do
here
a
of
big
like
Ezra twist.
Yeah. Again, I wouldn't mind it just to fucking add some intensity to the last 2 episodes, but I guess
wouldn't
we'll
mind
see.
that shit either. But
Yeah.
hold on, let's go to Toe.
Yeah.
Despite my begrudgment, Toe has been right with this series at almost every turn. So Toe, tell us what happens on tonight's episode.
Well, I don't know about tonight's episode, but what if Balin is looking for that thing that the Night Sisters are afraid of, and that Thrawn is like trying to stay away from because the adrenaline numbers? What if it is Ezra? But they don't know. Like this is like Ezra turned into a Ronin type shit, where he split personality. Because
you mean like Darth Raven?
Yeah, like he's with these people and he's what's his name, and he's calm and everything, and then at night or like he just fucking comes overwhelmed with the dark side, like the Night Sisters fuck with him or something is fucking with him, and he's the one that's fucking up all those stormtroopers, and that's why the numbers are dwindling. He's the one that Balin is sensing, like, yo, there's something here that they're afraid of that I can use to turn this shit around. Maybe he senses him or whatever's controlling him or something like that. Because that would be a way that you get your twist. He's the embodiment of something that, but you know me. My shit is they're about to start fighting Thrawn, or they find him. They're about to start fighting. Shit happens. He's about to fight Balin, and here goes Ahsoka. You know what I'm saying? Like Ahsoka comes in and saves the day. I don't want to see Ahsoka come in the last minute of this episode, because what I kind of want is everyone to get back to the fucking regular galaxy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this episode can end with fuck, Thrawn's there. Thrawn made it.
Yeah, I agree. He needs a win. He needs something for us to look at him like shit.
Yeah. And then like we need what's the green one's name? The green girl, the general?
Hera.
Like we need a moment where they're there and Thrawn shows up and she's just like on the fucking walkie, like, I'm calling all cars here. I don't know where I want them. I just know that I need them. Just send, you know what I'm saying? I'm calling all cars here. Like the moment where it's like, this is bigger than Ahsoka now.
That's
we
how
need
this
everybody.
should end.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how all this should end. Don't, because I get it. I know, like Cap said earlier, you kind of have to, it needs to end with good. Fucking have the balls to end it with him fucking basically conquering and fucking her having to make that call.
Dude, you know how I would like this to end? Because if this truly is leading to the movie, then we don't need a conclusion here. We can get it.
Yeah, so you can lead something like that.
I would love it if Hera has to turn around and send a message or give a message to Chopper and go, I am looking for Luke Skywalker. Help us. You're our only hope. Chopper, go talk to him.
That would be dope.
The fucking poetry of that fucking moment would be so
Yo,
sweet.
I got goosebumps just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yo,
Oh man.
But what if she doesn't send it to Chopper? She gives it to BB-8.
Well, BB-8's not around at this time.
But he had Luke's. R2D2 had the missing map, right?
Yeah. But that's the thing. I want Chopper and fucking R2. What I want is the robot equivalent of seeing two sassy black women fucking jaw at each other. Because that's what that shit is.
Damn, what was that movie with Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett Smith? Where they were bank robbers?
Fuck. Oh my god. Set it off.
Set it off. You want to set it off with the robots?
Hell yeah.
I don't know why. I was like, I better not forget this movie. Because wait, R2D2 to just get shot down? Fucking.
No, but yeah, that would be fucking dope. That would be dope. Because then you can introduce Luke into the movie that way and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my
god.
Yo.
Because think about it.
What if you have what's his name with him?
Know if Hera's gonna see Thrawn, but not Ahsoka or Sabine.
Yo.
So who's left?
Yo. And guess who meets up with Thrawn? The fucking guy who had the Darksaber. Gideon.
Well, didn't he die?
No, he never dies.
Was it a clone who died?
He never dies.
Because he got burned. He got burned at the end of Mando season 3. They set his ass on fire. But remember, there was the whole thing. That one didn't have a mustache. He normally has a mustache.
Yeah. But Moff Gideon. Two badass motherfuckers. And that's how Mando gets involved. We're killing everybody.
Bo-Katan and all
yeah. We're killing everybody. Let's do this. And then at the end, Snoke. I have been here for 20 years.
Yeah, because wherever there's Snoke, there's fire.
That's right.
So I want to get to this to get your reaction. I alluded to it earlier. The only time I've ever thought of Sabine as just being written as a fucking woman, because I've only seen her as just legit. I've seen her just as a character. She's a good character from Rebels, and this is the first time I've seen her as like, oh, this is just a fucking woman here. You walk up to Ezra. How'd you get here? Don't worry about it. Can I just enjoy the fact that I found you? What? No. You got hit. You got hit because they brought you to Thrawn. Thrawn's about to load up some ship. Thrawn's about to peace out. He said we got 3 days. I'll fill you in on the entire story on the way. Tell these motherfuckers pack the shit up. We gotta go. Here's what you need to know.
There's no easy way out.
Yeah. Here's the most important details. X, Y, and Z. Let's get the fuck out of here. What's our plan? Not fucking. Can I, as a platonic friend who's not in love with you, but we're just brother and sister, can I just fucking hug you for 30 minutes and 2 episodes before I tell you what's going on? What the fuck? Come on now.
Ezra's on some, well, fuck it. When the whales come back, I'm just going to send them to another fucking galaxy. I got Thrawn in the palm of my hand.
Like, what did you guys think? Am I the only one?
But no, it definitely that made me believe.
Yeah.
I did not trust that comment. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, no. I was like, this better not be the end. And then we get one more scene and it's done. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, no. That made me just question everything. I'm like, you're too calm when it's about to be fucking retcon 9 here. Like, it's about to all fucking go to, like, how?
Yeah.
Fucking, can I just enjoy it? No, don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
Like, motherfucker, y'all ain't fuck it.
I was
you
telling,
can't touch the baby.
I don't know if this is the exact reference that I was telling Toe about, but I'm gonna use it here. You want to know what the difference between like good crisis management and bad when it comes from female characters?
No.
You got Sabine. Don't worry about it. Let me just enjoy the fact that I found you without even a hint of thinking that danger's coming, whatever, right? Then you go to Blue Beetle, another thing that nobody saw, but is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And you got the grandmother right after the dad dies. Hey, we have some impossible shit in front of us. Now's not the time for crying. Let's figure out a way to deal with this shit. And once we're done with it, then we grieve. Then we go through the shit. But for right now, this is the most pressing thing. That's what the fuck. I came here to find you. There's not a moment there is not a scenario ever in which I can envision myself having to find Toe or my dad or my cousins or somebody and me walking up to them and going, "Oh, good, I found you. Let's just stay here. We're good right here." No, I'm like, cool, found you. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because this is not the place we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
This wasn't hey, let's meet on this fucking planet where the Night Mothers came from and we kumbaya.
Yeah, like initially you didn't think that he was alive. You see him, you give him the hug, like, yo, how'd you get here? About that.
Yeah, funny story. I'll tell you on the way.
Yeah. Wait.
That would have been a better response.
Let me sum up. I fucked up. We gotta go.
that would have been a better response instead of fucking, can I just enjoy it? Like, no. What do you mean fucking enjoy it?
Yeah.
Like,
and not for nothing. I don't know about ya, but if I was in another galaxy for X amount of time and my peoples came, when we out, I don't want to be here no more. I want to go home. I want a slice of pizza and some chicken wings. Like, what's going on here? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know about y'all, but I got to take a shit. Now, you know I can't take a shit until I'm home. It's like shit. But
I'm just glad that I'm not the only one, because I've seen other people, even the most level-headed fans are like, what the fuck are we doing with that?
I think that whole thing was a throwaway. It was one of those, they didn't think about the way we would react to the scene, as opposed to we just need to get this out the way to show what's coming next. So, you know.
But see, this is where I think the only misstep this show has had is the whole tease of Sabine being force sensitive. Because they keep doing the tease where, oh, it's kind of working. Nope, it's not working. It's something else. And it's like, why bring it up?
Yeah.
We already know that she can handle the Darksaber without using the Force. And Kanan was already starting to train her as just a Mandalorian who can use the fucking Darksaber. So why bring it up? Just continue down the path of she's just the next badass fucking Mandalorian who could do. You give her a weapon and she's proficient.
Yeah.
Whether it is a fucking lightsaber or not. Because what was the most effective thing she did against Shin? Mandalorian shit.
Yeah. But when she went to the other galaxy and she was fighting those raiders, she turned into fucking Jedi shit. She chopped them all down with the fucking
here's the
lightsaber.
thing. If you're if you're getting blasted and you don't have the stability to aim and fire back. Well, I have this here. You're aiming for the armor? Cool. I could take the shots, walk up to you and hit you with this.
Yeah.
And you don't remember, it's a different galaxy.
Yeah.
You have to have the assumption they don't know what the fuck this is. They don't
Shit.
know what this, if how close I need to get or what it does when I get close.
Do you think this is it's not gonna happen?
Yeah.
But if there was another 4 episodes, do you think that in this planet she gives back Ezra his lightsaber, because that's Ezra's lightsaber, right?
Technically, yeah.
She gives it back to him, and she's like, "I'm not a Jedi." He goes, "We can sense the Force in you. You are," like, he puts it through a pace, and he brings it somewhere. Like, I got more in touch with the Force here than ever, and I can see it now. And she goes through her own trials and finds her own kyber crystal. Now, because it's a different galaxy, when she makes her lightsaber, when Ahsoka comes with Hayuin Shinchwanchin, it's a different color. She got a purple lightsaber or a fucking indigo or yellow or some shit. It's a different color, and she's connected with the Force in a different way than Jedi are.
That would make good sense. But like you said, we don't have the episodes for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless this next episode's an hour, which tonight's episode.
There's 46 minutes. I just checked.
Yeah, we ain't getting that.
It could happen quick. They could be like, "Look, oh, they came. What happened over here?" Tron.
Yo, like
It's gonna be a fucking. You know what they do? 5-minute fucking training montage.
Yo.
There's no easy way out. Just a
Yo,
fucking.
yeah.
What was that?
You just fucking have She-Hulk sitting there. Fast forward. Thrawn.
All right.
No, too much. Go back.
Now you have turned everybody against this show.
Yeah.
I would love that idea though, but yeah, we don't have fucking time.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I don't like about the spacing for these shows. Like they give us so much of like, just give us a little more. Just give us a little more.
Because think about it. If she found her own kyber crystal, and Hawenshin fucking goes
Wu Yang.
Yes, that's what I said. I'm saying it in actual fucking Mandalorian. Fucking he goes, "Yo, there's kyber energy here," where he's able to harness that and make the ship capable of going super hyperspace, so he can go back to the galaxy without the whales. Just saying.
Again,
let's put a pin in that.
We just don't have the time for it. Plus, I get the whole everybody's Force sensitive shit. Not everybody needs to be a fucking Jedi.
Well, I don't say she's a Jedi, but I'm saying maybe her connection to the Force is through her ability to fight or some shit, or
I'm gonna be in this camp. Sabine's a good character, right? But if you're not gonna make fucking Finn a goddamn Force using Jedi, nobody is. Nobody that isn't already a goddamn. That's just me.
Listen. By the end of this episode, I want to see fucking Sabine use the Force. I want to see her use the Force. She's gonna Force choke Ezra because he's gonna be that demon bad guy that we are all talking about.
I don't see that happening either. Because how would, despite what the fuck happened with Rey, the Force just doesn't switch on like a light switch. You don't just automatically go, "Oh, I get it now." Or it's not the fucking skadoosh. You don't just figure the shit out.
The wushu finger hole.
Yeah.
A motherfucker said the wushu finger hole. Jesus.
That's one of the most deadliest techniques you can have. And
oh, did you guys also peep the lesson that might come up at some point? Where Shin was like, "Yo, there's more Marauders." And I'm going to call them Marauders. I don't remember what they actually called them. But...
Yeah.
And Balin was like, "Hey, the enemy of our enemy is our friend for now." That could be foreshadowing if something happens and Shin now has to align herself with Ahsoka and Sabine. The enemy of my enemy is my friend for now.
Yeah.
Again, it's such.
What?
See, this is what is driving me a little crazy. Is you get the Sabine moment where you're like, I'm not gonna tell you shit, don't worry about it. But then you get good writing to where Shin is legit concerned. Like, wait a minute, why are we aligning ourselves with this piece of shit?
Yeah.
This is what are we doing? I don't understand what's going on. Like that's, I don't know why we got that different play in the same fucking episode. What you were saying?
No, I was gonna say. So what are we saying that Balin and Shin are? Because he goes, "I'm training you to be something different." So she's not a Jedi. She's not a Sith.
So the prevailing theory that I've seen, and I'm only calling it the prevailing theory, is because I've seen it in 2 places and nobody else has talked about this. So I gotta go. This is the only thing going. Is that Shin may be half Night Sister. And he's training her to be some sort of combination of force and magic. Or the reason he aligned himself with Morgan and the Night Mothers is to eventually teach her some of the magic. She's got the Jedi Force way. Now she learns the magic and becomes some hybrid shit. Or, what I think is more likely is the dark side was on the Sith were use this power for selfish means. The Jedi were give up all possessions, use this power only to be good. Well, doing it that way didn't work. Doing it the Sith way doesn't work. But if I could train you to be more, to where you can just use the Force, no light or dark, it's the Force at your fucking fingertips. Now you become something way stronger. I think that is what he's getting at, and that is what he's looking for. Is something to connect him to where using the Force lightning isn't a Sith move. It's a move.
Like Rey did it.
Yeah. That's personally what I think. But again, I'm taking the little bit of thread that they have and just extrapolating from there.
Yeah, trying to.
I'm seeing a shadow in the space worlds and go, oh well, that's got to be Grogu and Din from that episode.
I would love for them to be able to connect that though, to legit like them show it and be like, yeah, that's them. It's like just
But
so
how,
they can say
that would make sense if Ahsoka was just sitting there doing this, and then she started smiling, and Hu Xuanyin goes, "What's up with you?" She goes, "Just got in touch with an old friend or a new friend," to insinuate like she can sense Grogu in the.
I wouldn't mind that. Just to just have that little bit of just another part to her now, because now it's like even she feels it. Having that moment of just like because of all this clarity that it's like an old friend. That's it.
Yep.
That would be great. That would be great just to have something like that. But I doubt they'll go into that much detail, especially with fucking 2 episodes left. But
Word.
We shall
Just
see.
wait till we get the novelization and then we can read it.
Man, the amount of stuff they could put in these books and they don't.
Have you ever read a novelization of a movie?
No.
They put so much more shit, and sometimes you reading it and you're like, "Well, why the fuck did they keep this for this?
Yeah.
Put this in there."
The dark magic. Do you think that's what Thrawn is going to use to raise the dead of his already killed army, or are they gonna Darth Maul brother this shit?
So the army that he has, the night troopers,
Yeah.
the theory is they're already dead. That's because in the books he has an army of dead with him. That's his shit. So the theory is that these guys are already dead. That's why they're bandaged up, taped up. They got the fucking gold throughout the shit. Like, they're already zombies. And to your point, the night, what I've heard is, or the hope is that the Night Mothers are going to create something for Ahsoka to fight. Because Thrawn knows, again, I want to know everything about her. Because when you construct the thing for her to fight, it's going to be one of three things if he's really going to pull. And again, this isn't from me. This is somebody else who thought of this before I did. It's either going to be Vader, it's either going to be Darth Maul, or it's going to be Anakin. Some people like it could be a mix of all three. Who knows? But
Motherfucker gonna turn into Shang Tsung.
Yeah. But I think it'd be crazy if they brought back Maul. In the instance of Morgan, who should know who the fuck Maul is.
Yeah.
As the son of Dathomir. Tell the Night Mothers. Maybe she doesn't know the exploits of what he did, but she should know something. Make this dude. And the fucking moment where Ahsoka shows up and is like, Maul's here? Because she doesn't know. I don't think she knows he's dead. That happened in the desert on Tatooine when it was just him and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense for her to miraculously know.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't think they have Twitter around there just...
I don't know, man.
But, I mean,
the Force has its own social media.
That could be something. And then we get a small recreation of the live action of the animated fight they had.
There you go.
Or, I don't know. It's got to be something badass.
Yeah. Toe's just like, nah, fuck that.
I mean, I would rather it be some. If it's gonna be one of them, I would rather it be Vader. She already fought Anakin.
I mean,
but then again, she already fought Vader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to have him fight that again should be already used to it. But to like, let's say they made Maul like Darth Maul's brother.
Okay.
And that nigga's huge. That would be one of those. Oh shit! Because in the cartoon, Darth Maul's brother was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. So, yeah. Would that be a big moment? Yes. And had anybody else sat there and was like, resurrect somebody? Like if Morgan was like, yo, we need to resurrect somebody for this girl to fight. Yeah. But the fact that it's Thrawn, that's the only thing that's giving me a little bit more leaning to it's gotta be something that's going to affect her mentally.
Yeah.
It can't just be a big dude for the sake of being a big dude. Because Thrawn's more calculated than that. And to the point of, well, she's already fought Anakin and Vader. Thrawn doesn't know that.
Yeah, it's the same principle.
We know that he doesn't know what the fuck that they've done that shit before.
I mean, the Night Sisters can figure it out.
No, they can't. They're not connected to the Force. They didn't even foresee that she was alive.
Yeah.
Or that she didn't die. Like, fuck. They couldn't even tell which person
Which
was
is the-
doing the fucking Jedi shit. They thought it was Sabine. Like,
That's when they said that and then automatically pointed at her. I'm like, oh, so they don't like. I thought they would know
They
everything.
they
showed
didn't.
you
She
everything.
the woman did. The sisters just said it reeks of Jedi and looked into the camera. Everyone turned around to Sabine on some. They talking about you.
and again, smart writing when Sabine told me, "What the fuck you looking at me for?" Not me.
Shit, like I don't know these niggas.
She looked down like, "Remember, you brought me here. I
Word.
didn't
I'm
show
here.
up." Like,
I'm here for Ezra. I ain't fucking with y'all. You be alright. Shit, I ain't wear my Jedi cologne. Shit. I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, but I got both eyes. I don't have no Jedi. I mean, I got jet lag, but I ain't got no Jedi on me. Shit. But
yo, there's another small thing that I saw somebody bring up that wasn't an issue for me at the time.
Yeah.
Like at the time of watching it, but after hearing him bring it up, it kind of is a little bit like, yeah, no, this shit is a little funny. Where they brought Sabine to the planet, and they're like, oh, well, we're gonna have to put her. She's gonna have to wait in the fucking cell, and she's yelling, "Where's Ezra? Take me to Ezra. You promised me Ezra." And again, watching it live, I'm not gonna lie, that didn't bother me at all. That just it happened. It happened. I wasn't thinking of it. But to hear this dude turn around and go, "Why the fuck are you yelling and complaining? You know damn well Balin had no clue where the fuck Ezra is when he brought you on board. What you just got here? What did you think he was gonna immediately after touching down going Ezra's 40 clicks that way? Go. He don't know what the
yeah,
fuck Ezra is.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you yelling at and hollering at? You broke the deal. When? We didn't even get to part A yet. We just showed up here.
yeah. Said I know he's in Florida. Where's he at? We just got to Florida. I don't know. It didn't work. That is true.
It's
But that I will admit that again, watching it live, it didn't affect me. That's just a small nitpick that it's one of those things where like somebody's like, "Oh, you know you should eat a hot dog." And you're like, "Why?" And then they tell you and you're like, "Well, fuck. I don't want the hot dog no more." But you've already had 30 years of eating hot dog. It didn't affect you then.
you also
Yeah,
like
right.
halfway through it already. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want this no more.
Like a
It's
fun fact that somebody read it, there was an article that there's a certain percentage of human DNA in hot dogs. And she was like, "Oh, I'm not eating hot dogs ever again." And somebody like I don't think it's called stitching. I don't think that's the right term, but somebody added onto that video and was like, "Well, he read the article, the full article, and what they were talking about was vegetarian hot dogs." And he was like, "I've been eating vegetarian hot dogs for the last 7 years because I thought they were better. And now you're telling me that I've eaten some trace amounts of human DNA. I don't know what the fuck to do with myself anymore."
Jesus.
Shit. This is why you don't eat vegetarian nothing.
You know what I thought they were gonna say? When she was like, "Oh, some trace amount of human DNA," I thought they were gonna be like, the article was gonna be like, "Well, pigs and humans we share some number of fucking DNA."
Yeah.
And I thought they were gonna be like, "Oh, well, that's the number. You know, that's the little coincidental shit that we share, and that's what's in there." But apparently, no, vegans. In order for you to make fake hot dogs, you have to kill people. proud of yourself now?
Slayer boy.
Suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a motherfucking dick. Suck a dick, suck a huge or small dick.
I don't know why you're looking at my boy Ray like that. I mean, is it the gray hair? Does he do it for you?
Yo, what the? All right, what the fuck is with the Ray hate?
I don't know. Maybe they just mad because he's cute.
You're right. Are these your people that are just coming in to bust your balls, or what the fuck?
I have no clue who this dude is, but
Yeah. Chilling, big fool.
Kick, I guess, brings the weirdos, but it's all good.
I guess so, yeah.
Jesus. Welcome, I guess. Yeah.
All right. You're doing the wrong thing by coming in here spreading accusations. Listen, man, I got one rule. If you're going to insult somebody, you got to be funny. And if you're not funny, you done lost.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's got to be funny. That's probably Taquan.
Imagine.
Nah, I think Taquan speaks better than that.
Oh,
So is a vegan, he drinks water. Yo, first off, show, shut up.
Yo, that was the biggest insult we got into the night. Damn. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, you ain't gonna get any reaction out of me. There's nothing you can fucking say to me. I don't give a shit.
Listen, man.
And I can tell you're new around there because one, you probably don't know what the fuck this stands for. You don't know that I change this every fucking so often, and what the actual name is. So,
and you can't spell type the first time.
Yo, facts. So, peace.
Yeah, I mean, listen. That's our That's our Sabine moment.
Yeah. So, you drink water now?
No, I don't. You haven't seen my ass. You see from the middle of my chest up. Yeah, I mean, and it's not that hard to type, bro. This is how I know you're a fucking rookie. You got to get them numbers up, player. What you doing? One, 2 times a week? Come on. Ooh. Yo, pick up the phone and start dialing. Shut the fuck up. So anyway, yeah, we're getting back to
the conversation.
Yeah. What do you think, Ray? What do you think that big bad is gonna be, or what Drawn is gonna use that magic for?
At this point, I would assume we're gonna see something come from this army, like especially bringing in the new General Eknok was the name. Just seeing that, I feel like that was maybe a percentage of the army that we're about to see. And just seeing just more undead, or if this is already part of the undead, just even growing even stronger there. But my thing is, I don't know, what is he actually going to go conquer right now, though? What is his end goal of all this? Like, that's what I want to see. Where is he taking this this army?
Back to our galaxy, or their galaxy, to go fuck people up. Is it what was that was his thing, right? His mission was to bring back the First Order or some shit in Rebels?
No. It was to further the advancement of the Galactic Empire.
Yeah. What I said.
Yeah, no, the First Order was nowhere near on anybody's mind when Rebels came out.
I was about to say, I don't think that works, but if that's the case, then yeah. But
I honestly don't even think Disney. I think Disney bought Star Wars. I think in 2015, and
okay.
I think Rebels was already out on Cartoon Network by that time.
Yeah. And show you shut your mouth when you're talking to us, all right? But all right, I mean, this episode, are we getting the big battle and then Next episode, we're getting the oh shit.
Nah, man. We gotta get the. They're gonna set it up. We're thinking we're about to get the battle, and then tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z. Like, we're not gonna get the actual battle. Like, how would they not leave it to us for the last 10 minutes of the next episode?
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. We need at least 3 more. We need this episode, next episode, and the episode after that. Just because, how are we getting back to the galaxy?
All right. So we have this episode, next episode, and the movie. That's 3 years away.
Yeah, but how are we getting back to the galaxy?
I don't think we're getting to it by the end of this, no matter what.
Because I'm sorry, I can't. We're gonna have to wait. But I don't like this whole shit. It's like, yo, after this season, next season will be crazy, but it's also gonna be 15 years away. I don't want to wait 15 years.
You're gonna have to, no matter what. We're waiting. That's why I say to at least make it interesting. Have this fucking end on a fucking just wait. What, the bad guy's winning? Just end it on some fucking crazy shit. Because we're gonna have to wait no matter what. Either we're waiting 3-4 years for this movie, or we're waiting a good fucking 3-4 years for the next season. Like it's.
Well, hopefully now that the writer's strike over, and hopefully soon the actors get off strike, we don't have to wait 3-4 years. Because if Lucasfilm is smart, which let's hope they are. Fuck all the other shit you got planned. Fast track this Dave Filoni movie and capitalize on the goodwill you have from this Ahsoka show, from the diehards that are watching.
Yeah, but even then, you're still gonna have to wait 2 years. I doubt they could film all this and put it in production in a year.
Why not? They got the volume.
They got the what?
So the volume is their new soundstage where the War Between Worlds, the Battle of Geonosis, and when she went back and did the Clone Wars shit. That's what they don't need to go on location. They literally have a big ass dome that's nothing but a high def projection screen.
Yeah,
and they can put whatever image there. You can be wherever the fuck you want to be.
Fuck it. By next year, we should be able to see this movie.
Yo, tomorrow, let's fucking go.
Well, not tomorrow because
they ended the strike.
The writer's strike. The actors is still.
They ended the war. The boys are coming home.
Nope.
Ladies, you don't need to play baseball anymore. We're gonna welcome the boys with a big soldiers welcome. Shit.
Right now, what they did was they turned around and was like, the war's over. Anybody who's already stationed here in the States can go home. We're now waiting for the boys from overseas to come back.
I don't know why. The worst timing for that fucking song to come in my head. All I can think is that movie with Robin Williams. Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Oh, shit.
Shit, but I mean, we pretty much finished it, right? We got everything handled.
We got to get to next week now, because oh man. Well,
next week is the last episode, right?
Yeah, next week's the last episode.
It used to be, all right, that Wednesdays wasn't so bad.
Yep.
Because all I had to do was not look at my phone after lunch.
Do a zoom in your boom boom.
But now that they dropped the episodes as we're talking, now I can't look at my phone from now until I watch the episode tomorrow.
Damn.
Yeah. And what am I gonna do sitting in that closet if I can't look at this goddamn phone?
I love how Cap had to give the throwback there.
I was told there would be no math. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week for our description of the episode and our predictions for the final episode.
Yep.
Where the answers will be told.
And I want somebody in the chat to figure out why I chose this name. Figure out what this means if you're put it for next week when you guys all show up.
That's right.
Next.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, is your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.
Peace.